I'm 100% convinced that if you have something to offer and it's genuine and it's authentic and it genuinely has value, that means you're not like on some kind of delirium and that you think that what you, like, I took a shit and I'm like, this is gold, so you're kind of tripping. I'm not saying that you're tripping. I'm saying if you genuinely have something of value and you've tested it on yourself, you've tested it on people over years, you've refined it, refined it, you do all your holy prayers to make sure that you're not insane, whatever you want. If you got something of value, it has value. And if you go a little deeper, then you understand where did that come from. Everybody likes to think that they're the inventors or the originators of something. As we've discussed before, it's like, nah, everything comes to you, it's given to you, it's whispered to you. So maybe you're being whispered by some kind of troll or some kind of crazy demon that just wants to take you off, or maybe there's an actual inspiration. And if that's the case, well, whatever you've received, it has a value and it's there to serve a purpose. It's there to serve a need or fill a gap. So why is it that we need to go prostitute ourselves? Like, I was sitting in meditation and I've been, this is not new for me, I've always had that struggle since I started the world of business and of teaching, because I love knowledge, I'm a lover of knowledge, I'm a seeker of knowledge, I dive in the ocean to gain pearls of knowledge, and because I love the knowledge, I love to experience it, and you want to share. And then the moment it comes to having to share, you enter the marketplace of madness in this modern world where everybody's abundant and all these things. And so I don't even want to criticize at the end of the day, because it doesn't really matter to me what it is that you think you are. If it works for you, it works for you. But why is it that there's this automatic instinct that now you need to pervert yourself, whore yourself so that you can have access to attention, so that you can quote unquote sell or present or share your knowledge? What happened to a world where a teacher has to become now a clown, a slut, a full-time entertainer, a so-called influencer, in order to share knowledge that people need? This is the world world we're living in now today. And I refuse to believe that, like, it is like this. This is what the media, the social media universe has become. But I refuse to believe that you must do that. I've witnessed some people not do that in specific fields, and I 100% appreciate their sincerity, their genuineness, they're holding it down, they're presenting what they have to do, it's their style, it's original. Then you have other people who are a little more creative and a little more quote-unquote outgoing or more fame-seeking, but it must be possible that if you respect yourself and you respect the knowledge, you don't have to become arrogant, you don't have to prostitute yourself, you don't have to become a clown, you don't have to follow the model copy-paste that everyone online is doing. If you go on Instagram, it's literally everybody's doing the same thing. Like everybody, meaning most people it's copy-paste, 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 copy-paste. You go to the websites, copy-paste, 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 copy-paste. Funnel systems, copy-paste, 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 copy-paste. It's ridiculous. Like, there's first no creativity, but forget creativity. It's like, well, is that the only way that in this modern age a person, especially a teacher, can share with other people? It's like you need to put yourself in such a place. Now you got to do your online course and sell your online course. It's like it removes these approaches. They have advantages, but they take the sap away. The pleasure of teaching is the student-teacher relationship. It's not to build an online course and sell it. I never got into business to sell an online course. I have nothing against an online course, and I'm not saying that the world has adapted and you can't adapt. I'm just saying I never got into business to do an online course. I never got into this. I'm a teacher. I never got in. Business came secondary. First is I know, I care, I like to share. Who can I share to? And then I was confronted with the reality of the marketplace, which then said, well, made me realize, well, you need to learn business now. And then I was exposed to Americana business, Tony Robbins and all these cats who are selling you tens of thousands of dollars workshop to become, I don't want to disrespect them, right? But in my opinion, like, you're nothing but an entertainer with a quote-unquote positive message. Receiving you will not change fuck all in your life, because you're not receiving anything. You're just receiving hype. As long as you can stay on the hype, You'll get a sensation, and that sensation will give you a little bit of fuel for a couple of days until the hype goes away. You can't build a business on hype. Well, nowadays you can pretty much do anything. But if you're a teacher and you want to solve a problem, a genuine problem for people, this is what Americana showed you. You sell a workshop, it's 5 minutes, you sell it for $10,000 and you create such an aura around that. And this is what they showed you, so you're like, this must be the way. Especially in the modern world. And inside myself, it's like, this is like, first of all, how is it that you learn an entire science in 5 minutes or in one weekend? Right? So it's like, it's impossible. Let's say at the time, like at the very onset, I've been doing this for 5 years. And mentors and teachers have been doing this for 10, 20, 30, 50 years, right? And these people have learned it in a weekend and now are teaching it for thousands of dollars and have all these followers coming. And like you raise your hand and say, this doesn't make any sense, and nobody wants to listen to you because that's what everybody wants to buy. They want to buy a quick fix solution. But you can't even believe this until you see it. And the illusion is so good, and the sales techniques with the psychological moves are so powerful. It's like it almost draws you in. It's like, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm an idiot that it takes me years when it can just take 5 minutes. So this is at the very onset of business for me. We're talking about like early 2000 when I started learning all these things. I was just a ignorant kid at the time. So I went to see all these things and all these courses. And as much as I could, I even did, what do you call that? Volunteer work in some of these organizations. These big multi-million dollar organizations teaching workshops on how to improve yourself, self-development, and all this Americana fucking bullshit. And I'm like, this is nonsense. They're manipulating people, playing with people's emotions, literally on stage. And I'm watching the guy, everything is perfectly scripted. And the guy's like laughing in his beard, but he had no beard, so you can see, because it's so funny to see. It's like it's on the tick. Like he's going to say that. It's a script, because I saw it multiple times. I'm like, it's a script. Now he's going to say that word. He puts emphasis and people start responding hysterically, running to the back to purchase a course. Now it's awesome to see, like, from a psychological point of view, it's very fascinating. I learned quite a lot watching this. But from a teacher's point of view, it's like, well, what is this? Now, and I don't have a problem that they do this. I have no judgment. I don't care. Like, you're free to do whatever you like. And people who want to buy that and buy into that dream are free to buy whatever they want and get their learnings. But that's not how life works. You want to learn, you want to journey within and heal, and this is going to be done in a weekend? In this company's workshop, and they have like 18 of them lined up, and each one is that. It's like, this is the marketplace, and it's sad and it's hard. It's hard to come to terms with this, because it's like somehow you're like, well, perhaps this is the way. Perhaps I also should do that. And if you do that, then you feel like, well, you disrespect yourself. You disrespect the love that you have of the knowledge. You disrespect the teachers that are associated to you. And you have this way, man, you have to adapt. This is the modern age, man. You have to I'm like, yeah, there's a certain degree of adaptation, but must you sell yourself out in order to attract attention? So I'm saying that, no, I don't buy into this. If what you have is genuine and there's a real, it's grounding a real power, which is there to serve a need, then that should draw towards itself the people. Which doesn't mean you need to use the tools that are at your disposal. The question is how you use them. Do you use them to whore yourself? Do you use them to manipulate people? Do you use them to suck people's attention? This is what people master online. It's so amazing how good people are. It's like strategies to suck your attention in. That's all it is. And the more a person sucks your attention, some people literally tell you, I'll suck your attention in, I'll get a response from you, suck your attention and use it to get my shit going. And then these people will call themselves teachers. They're not teachers. They're hustlers. Now, I don't have a problem that you're a hustler, genuinely. You're allowed to be a hustler. If hustling works for you and you're happy in that lifestyle, God bless you. I have no opinion about it. But that's a hustler. But a hustler looking like a teacher. So the marketplace is like, itself has become such a wide zoo with all kinds of creature, and how do you position yourself in such a place and hold your space down and respect yourself and respect the other people also, but respect yourself, and at the same time you have no choice. You have to adapt to the communication pathways that are available. Like everybody's online. That's where we do business now. So how do you present yourself online while respecting yourself, respecting your values, respecting what's true to you, and you're also your so-called personality? So that has always been a challenge. It's an interesting one. It's a beautiful one, and I'm 100% down to face it. I've done this before. This is a revamp or a resurrection, if you'd like. But it's quite something. And imagine now you're a person who's a little clueless navigating through all this mess. Like I was that at some point. I've never was clueless because when I began this journey, I got picked up right away. So my mind got initiated to knowledge, and I already had a compass to guide me. But I was still so influenced by everything I saw. It's like a little kid at a fair. It's like everything is fascinating with all kinds of creatures, all kinds of women, all kinds of knowledge, all kinds of asses, movements, everything, so many different kinds of knowledges, subsets of knowledge, and everything, and everybody makes it so grandiose. And some people genuinely believe themselves and sell it passionately while other people are trying to swindle you. It's very impressive. And to get through this, well, this is not easy. And I believe a lot of people won't necessarily find what they're looking for, get disappointed, and at some point it's also saturated and boring. It's just like same with the same with the same with the same with the same.